Daniel, he came to yoga probably about a year ago, and when he first started yoga, he was referring to the side of his body that compromised by the cerebral palsy condition. That's the weaker side, the lazy side, but it's a very solid, very clear change from him being a more closed off person to him being a much more confident, much more present. Whether the body is having a challenge, it's no longer something that stops him from being happy in himself. Sonia Sumar was born in Brazil. She studied yoga. She had 2 children. One of them was born with Down syndrome, Roberta. The doctors told Sonia that there's nothing that she can do about it. So she decided to start doing yoga with her daughter right away as soon as they came out of the hospital. Over the years, Roberta developed really beautifully and the doctors was really surprised. Then sadly, when Roberta was 13 years old, she contracted a very bad virus, so she passed away. Sonia had decided to pass on all the knowledge that she has gathered over the years from teaching her daughter yoga and applying yoga to a child with special needs. So those parents that are feeling helpless and do not know what to do can actually use yoga and can do it every day with the child. So that's how yoga for the special child got developed and was born. There's Sonia Sumar and me in Portugal, and there's Shiva. We were in Portugal and we did a continuous education training and basic 2 trainings. To be actually being able to be hugged by her so close, so purely, with so much love. The way MahaDevi Yoga Centre came about was basically driven by the inspiration and the guidance of Sonia Sumar, and I have been working with special needs for 9 years. MahaDevi Yoga Centre was opened in 2015 with the main purpose of offering yoga therapy for children with special needs. We see children from all ages and all backgrounds and all different conditions, from mild autism and Asperger's, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, wheelchair users, epilepsy. We use breathing exercise, which are there to help with the respiratory system. Asanas, which is the physical part of the practice, to strengthen the body and also make it more flexible. Then we also use relaxation in order for them to be able to handle anxiety, stress, pressure. You have sun inside, you have wind and rain and tree and ocean, you have mountain inside this thing, this body. How
That's
is that?
really cool.
It's amazing, no? Everything.
He wasn't able to walk upstairs. Now he can. He wasn't able to run, and now he can. You saw him. So 2 years ago, he wasn't running at all. So it takes time, but it does.
Our class party today was great. My class party is on Monday. If I can write young cat on something, then I'll tell you. Is that right?
Daniel was born when he was 29 weeks, so he was very, very premature. And when he was born, there were lots of complications. He had a brain hemorrhage, and that caused him a problem with walking, and his condition is called hemiplegic form of cerebral palsy. He still can be very unbalanced, so he would have sometimes days where he falls a lot. If you have a special child, you just fear for the future, and I'm really glad we found Anissa. As I started researching special yoga for children like Daniel, I think I just came across on the internet something like that exists near us, and that was my first goal, and they took us in.
The beauty of it is because it actually, the method, what it does, it works on the child on the inside out, so they become stronger internally, and then that ultimately develops, expresses externally, and it kind of looks at the person as a whole, not just as a body, but you also the emotions, look into their mental state, and you try and address those elements that are often not being addressed, and then ultimately you're aiming towards helping that child to feel comfortable with who they are. So regardless of the physical or mental or emotional challenges that they're facing, you're working towards helping that child to feel okay with whatever it is and to feel happy with whatever it is.
My name's Amy. I'm a carer for my son Ronald. Ronnie has autism. He doesn't have much language. He communicates mainly through pictures and pointing. His main struggles are around his behaviour and socialising. If it's something that he doesn't understand or want to do, he'll just lay on the floor and scream, and there's nothing we can do about it. For 4 years, yoga sessions makes him really calm, and it's provided him with a way of sort of self-moderating, I think.
Special yoga helped Daniel very much. His posture is much better. He sits better. Mm-hmm. His balance is better, definitely, and he really enjoys it. He can do things I don't even know.
So I remember one of our friend's 3rd birthday parties. He went, it was chaotic, there were children everywhere racing around, balloons, and Ronnie went missing, and me and my husband were sort of frantically looking for him. We couldn't find him anywhere. And then at the end of a long corridor there was a room, just a small empty room, and we found him in there sitting in yoga pose. We were sort of overwhelmed. We found it really touching, and it was sort of heartwarming to see him using his knowledge to put himself, to take himself away from that chaos, bring himself back down to, feeling sort of calm and happy.
You may find yourself having to handle different behavior, different physical conditions, different mental statuses, different emotional statuses, and all those can be seen as challenges for sure. However, we work beyond those. We try and do our best to come to the child as an empty sheet, so we don't bring our own issues, and whenever we're presented with any challenges, they're ultimately opportunities for us to see where this child stands, what do they need, and how can we offer what they need, how can we shift things around so we can change whatever the challenge is.
Maybe a footballer, maybe if not a yoga teacher. I can show other people how fun it is. I think Denisa has helped me a lot, and I just want to say thank you. So,
finding this beauty and purity inside, you feel like, okay, it's okay, we can handle it. There's hope in this world, and love will take us there, The only way of going there is through unconditional, endless love and service, and I think that's it.